So, as you know, today's motion is the right to privacy should supersede the to information. Now, we all seem to be ready. So let us welcome the first debaters, Liceo Rodulfo Armando Philippi de Payaco, Región de los Ríos, Proposition Team, and Colegio Arica, College de Arica, Opposition Team. The other way. Thank you.
The matter of privacy was significant throughout the centuries. It can be traced back to 1361 when justices of the Peace Act in England provided for the arrest of peeping toms and eavesdroppers. In 1792, in France, the Declaration of the Rights of Men and the Citizens declared that private property is inviolable and sacred. In 1858, France also prohibited the publication of private facts. In 1890, American lawyers wrote an article describing privacy as the right to be left alone. The court documents that of the 20th century that I mentioned before established privacy the way it is understood today. Privacy exists because democracy must impose limits on the extent of control and direction that the state exercises over the day-to-day conduct of individual lives. Indeed, our House strongly believes that the right to privacy should supersede the right to information, due to the following discussion and evidence provided by my teammates. Thank you.
Good morning, members of the jury, timekeeper, proposition team, and members of the audience. My name is Florencia Rousseau, and I'm the first speaker of Arica College debate team. Today, we are here to stand against the resolution the right to privacy should supersede the right to information. First of all, Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines privacy as the right of every person to be free from intrusion into or publicity concerning matters of a personal nature. On the other hand, the right to information explains that every citizen has the right to know any information regarding government offices or departments, provided some limitations. Every citizen's security should be every government's concern. When they think of laws and rights, they must consider the greater good. That is the main reason why we consider that, under specific circumstances, the right to information can supersede the right to privacy, especially if it is connected to the corruption of public institutions, cases of pedophilia, or something which deserves to be investigated to later be properly informed to our country.
Today, this House strongly believes that the right to privacy should supersede the right to information because it is a fundamental human right that protects privacy in the legal documentation. In order to provide evidence, first I quote the Article 12 from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948 that declares, "No one shall be subject to arbitrary interference with his privacy. Everyone has the right of the protection of the law against such interference or attacks." Second, the subsection number 4 of the Article 19 in the Chilean Constitution article assures the respect and the protection of the private life. Third, in the Article 360 in the Chilean Civil Procedure Code, right to privacy is proclaimed as a reserved and confidential information by determined professions. As an example, I will mention the controversial case of Nabila Rifo, a woman under a legal trial whose medical gynecological report was broadcast by a TV channel to the whole country. Consequently, the channel was very criticized by society and punished legally for revealing confidential patients' information and to transgress right to privacy. Summing up, today I am convinced that the right to privacy should supersede the right to information because people's respect, dignity, and intimacy are the treasures that nobody must intervene.
We as a team believe that privacy must be respected at all times. Unfortunately, privacy these days is being underestimated because most people don't act as if they truly want to be protected in certain ways. For example, let's say that someone who posts all type of information on a social network lets everybody know what they've been up to by revealing every single detail of their daily life. Would you believe them if they told you that they want to have a private and personal life? Of course not. Tell me who would. They contradict themselves by saying this. And despite of that, we still have one option, which is being careful with what we share. Our personal life stops being private and personal the moment we choose to upload part of it. In conclusion, privacy is as important as to be informed. The difference is that while we still have control over our own privacy, we still depend on good citizenship and honest government representatives for the later.
First of all, I disagree with the second speaker when she said that everyone posts everything on the internet. Okay, it is right, but not everyone. I mean, at least there exists people that doesn't want to everyone knows his complete life. Firstly, I would like to say that privacy is the presumption that individuals have an autonomous area of presence and action, with or without interaction with others, which allows free expression, without fear of retribution or condemnation. Unfortunately, nowadays the right to privacy is not being fully respected, especially by governments who undertake surveillance and monitor citizens at all times. This was clearly demonstrated in 2013, when Edward Snowden, an American computer professional, former Central Intelligence Agency employee, and former contractor of the United States government, copied and leaked classified information from the National Security Agency without authorization, which shocked the whole world. These revelations about the extent of US cyber surveillance prove that all or internet activity is being monitored and stored by state and private companies for any unknown purpose in the future.
The right to information is a fundamental pillar of the rule of law. There cannot be a state without the right to information, since this guarantees the freedom of thought. Without the right to information, citizen control of public administration could be not exercised, leaving us in a sea of uncertainty and ignorance. Therefore, this is not a fundamental right that only reaches journalists or information entrepreneurs, but every person, no matter their condition. Talking about public interest of the information, it must include all the issues that are necessary for the development of a civilized society with objective criteria to contribute to the common good. Second, on the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the Article 19 recognizes the right of every individual to collect information and spread it without limitations. On paragraph 12, the Chilean Constitution guarantees the freedom to express opinions and report without prior censorship.
Proposition team, are you ready? Yes. Opposition team? Sandra? Okay, you may start.
So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, audience, opposition team. I am Philippi Vidal, and I will summarize what my teammates previously said. But first of all, I disagree with you when you say that governments are not interested in what we post on the social media. Yes, but our future employers are interested, and they are looking to our private and personal information, and they might not judge to us with our private information. And there's a lot of phone calls being recorded in the USA and emails being recorded by the government for unknown purposes. After listening to these convincing arguments, we, the proposition team, strongly believe that the right to privacy should supersede the right to information because it is established in the Chilean Constitution, the Chilean Civil Code, and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Thank you very much.
Also, I'm sure that the number of people who share everything is way bigger than the people who are reserved. Also, about the case of Nabila, the channel was irresponsible and did damage to Nabila for morbid interest, ratings, not because they wanted to inform. Also, that happened in a morning show, and we all know how superficial they are. In simple words, giving information is our responsibility whenever it depends on social networks. But if it depends on our government or national security, it's seen with as much responsibility as possible and following all the legal safeguards. Information needs to be available when it's connected to our well-being and affects the whole nation. Our privacy will be respected and will still be here unless we willingly leave an open door. I am Brandon Vega, final speaker of Arica College debate team. And my team and I strongly oppose to the resolution that privacy should supersede information. Thank you very much.
Excellent, wasn't it? Thank you so much for your participation. Teams, you may go back to your seats. I want you all to give them a warm round of applause.